It was past 10 at night, and the quiet of the house pressed down like a velvet shroud, heavy and intimate, the kind that makes every sound echo and every shadow seem alive. The babysitter, Maya, was supposed to have gone hours ago, yet her car remained parked outside, its headlights dim, like a silent, subtle invitation she hadn't meant to send, or perhaps one she had. He had told himself countless times that this was just a college student moonlighting to pay her tuition, which she had responsibilities and errands that sometimes ran late. But as he leaned against the doorway, coffee long forgotten, a strange mix of anticipation and unease curled in his stomach. He thought of the first time she came to babysit his little niece, a young woman with a quick laugh, a mischievous smile, and eyes that lingered on him longer than necessary. He had chided himself for reading too much into her friendly gestures, yet now, staring at her car under the soft glow of the streetlight, he couldn't ignore the magnetic pull between them. The air seemed charged, almost alive, and every creak of the wooden floors inside his home made him acutely aware that something forbidden, something dangerous, was stirring. Was it curiosity, loneliness, or desire? Perhaps it was all three, intertwined like a vine wrapping around his reason, suffocating, yet irresistible. The night had a way of amplifying emotions, of making the ordinary extraordinary, and he found himself trembling with a need he had tried for months to suppress. Tonight he realized boundaries could blur in the most unexpected ways, and that realization both thrilled and terrified him. Inside, the house was dark, except for the soft amber glow of a lamp in the living room, casting long shadows that flickered across the walls, almost as if the house itself was watching. Maya was there, seated on the edge of the couch, textbooks spread around her like a fortress of responsibility. But her posture betrayed more than just focus. She shifted, tucking a strand of hair behind her ear, and for a fleeting second, their eyes met, an exchange that spoke volumes without a single word. He felt a jolt in his chest, a mix of guilt and desire, because he knew he shouldn't be thinking this way about someone entrusted with the care of a child he loved, someone he barely knew, yet seemed impossibly familiar in the way she moved, smiled, and laughed. Her voice broke the silence softly, explaining she had extra homework to finish, that she didn't want to leave unfinished tasks for the morning. And yet there was a tremor, almost imperceptible, that hinted she hadn't been entirely truthful. His mind raced with possibilities, each one more dangerous than the last, yet each impossibly alluring. He wanted to reach out, to touch the hand that had brushed against his as she adjusted a fallen frame earlier. A spark of contact that lingered in his memory like fire embers refusing to die. Desire, he realized, was not just physical, it was emotional, magnetic, and impossible to rationalize away. And tonight, in the quiet hush of the house, every rule felt fragile, and every boundary negotiable. They were two souls orbiting dangerously close, drawn together by a force neither fully understood nor could resist, trapped in the heady tension of forbidden curiosity and the intoxicating ache of attraction. Every second that passed made the room feel smaller, heavier, as if the walls themselves were closing in to witness what neither of them dared admit aloud. Maya glanced up from her books again, and their eyes locked for longer this time, a silent acknowledgement of the electricity simmering between them. He could feel his pulse quicken, a wild rhythm that seemed to echo in the quiet house. He knew this was wrong, morally, ethically, undeniably wrong, but the pull was irresistible, like a tide dragging him towards something he didn't want, yet couldn't resist. Maya shifted slightly, stretching her legs beneath the table, and for the briefest moment, he imagined them closer, her warmth brushing against him, her subtle scent filling the air in a way that made rational thought nearly impossible. The babysitter, who was supposed to be a simple, fleeting presence in his home, had transformed into a puzzle he couldn't solve, a desire he couldn't name, a temptation that seemed to grow with every heartbeat.